Hello everyone, Big Friendly Wargamer here. Just got my new set of 40k Conquest delivered to me. Well, it was actually delivered a couple of days ago, but I'm going to do an unboxing of it today. It is issues 51, 52, 53, 54 I think. So what I'll do is I'll set my camera up as I normally do and I will start recording and we'll see how we go. Right, so here we go. Opening it up. I have already opened it to take the address thing out, but you don't need to see that. Right, so we've got 51, 52, 53 and 54. So we're going to start with issue 51. More mechanic and buildings. Start off by showing you the models. So there's one sprue. People have said about this as a complete set should be two, but that's okay because I don't want loads of the same thing on my battleground. As you can see, quite nice. Same terrain that goes with the rest of the 40k Conquest stuff. That's quite good. Moving on to the magazine. Issue 51, let me just zoom out a little bit, that's better. Right, so first thing they're talking about salamanders, which is the Space Marine chapter. First founding chapter, so they were a legion, became a chapter. Get this stuff out of the way. More about the salamanders. Talking about Dark Imperium, which is the night side of the Imperium. The other side of Terra from the Great Rift. So it's basically 40k lore. Talking about the Heretic Astartes, which is the Chaos Space Marines. So you got Black Legion, Alpha Legion, Thousand Sons, Iron Warriors, Death Guard, Word Bearers, World Eaters, Night Lords, and the Emperor's Children. Now they're the original legions. You have got loads more Heretic Astartes chapters that turn traitor after the heresy, but they're the main ones. Going through, talking about Black Legion, which is the army I collect apart from Death Guard. Talking about what renegades are, showcasing some of the new models. So this is actually quite interesting because Avalon is quite a new model, and a lot of these are new models as well. So I'm not thinking we're going to get any of these new models in 40k Conquest because I'm pretty sure they laid out what they're going to get in each one, but that they're showing the new models is quite cool. Again, going Night Lords, the Iron Warriors and the Word Bearers. Then it's going to show you how to build your, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, Hemothrope reactor. Yeah, that'll do. Building it, painting it, more painting it, more painting it. Okay, and then using the rules for it in game, because certain terrain pieces can have rules in the games. A lot of people don't use those rules, but there you go. The mission's called Power Surge. I would assume it's something to do with the reactor. But there you go, that's issue 51. Put that to one side. Now issue 52. Now, no, that's not 52, that's 53. Right, issue 52. Now, this has been a little bit of a downside because all you get in it is a single paint, which is, okay, it's a large paint. It's the Astro Granite. It actually looks like it's been sitting there for a while because it's the colours have separated, but I need Astro Granite all the time, so I will use it. But unfortunately, they're only £5 apart, so you're kind of losing £3 on this issue. But considering how the rest of it's been, it's fine. So issue 52, talking about Mantles of Corruption. Basically, this is talking about the Death Guard, the champions. if you're wondering why I paused to actually read some of this stuff, it's because I'm reading it upside down. So the camera's set up so you're looking at it up the right way up, but for me it's upside down. So you have to excuse me. Right, back onto Space Marines. Now, I find this weird because they're talking about tactical squads. Now, through this whole system, they're pushing Primaris Marines. There's very few. Okay, you've got the Space Marine bikes, you've got the Scouts, but that's more or less it. They're all generic. They're all Primaris Marines. But for them to talk about tactical squads, I found a bit weird. But there you go. Talking about another Space Marine chapter called the Iron Hands. So you went from Salamander's last issue to Iron Hands in this issue. And talking about the different companies. Then going on to the Master of Sanctuary, which is Chaplain Sicarus. Yeah, whatever that is. He's an Ultramarine, so we don't care too much about Ultramarines. Now there are actually two models for him. One of him as younger when he was in the Death Watch, and one of him older as the Master Chaplain on Ultramar. Like I said, Death Watch veteran, High Chaplain. Moving on to the Death Guard Land Raiders, which is a shame I don't see this in the Conquest set, because it'd be really nice to convert a Land Raider up into a Death Guard Land Raider, but it's okay. Because it's something I may get at some point. And then actually something I quite like, they're talking about Blood Angels. Chronicles of Blood. Now Blood Angels are my primary 40k army. I don't get to play them very much, but that's okay. Then they're talking about how to base using the Astrogranite, its shades and highlights. So up to this point I believe Astrogranite has just been used just flat on a base, but now they're talking about how to make it look like different effects. So City Ruins, Muddy Mire and Dark Swamp, using shades and like different shades and different dry brushes. And they're talking about using shades and dry brushes on the actual on the rest of the models that you've painted so far, and then how to tidy up and how to paint the base room, which is great. Talking about Ultramarine stratagems. Now I don't know how current this is, because they've just updated the Ultramarine Codex. Now this could be very out of date, but I don't know because I haven't got New Marine Codex. So I have to try and look this up, which I'll do at a future issue. If they're out of date, then that's not a good thing, because they're teaching people the wrong rules. But anyway, examples of using the stratagems. Death Guard stratagems, which these will all be current because the Death Guard Codex was I think the first codex from 8th edition. I'm pretty sure that is the case, so it's the oldest codex at this point. Again, stratagem examples for the Death Guard. New mission, it's called Death at the Dry Dock. Dockyard, sorry. Dry Dock. So yeah, another mission which is great. I love having these little missions that you can play. At some point I would love to play through all of these, but getting an opponent to do it is a little bit difficult at the moment. So that was issue 52. Issue 53. Now, we've got two of these a couple of issues ago. And this third one, excuse the plastic wrap, this third one makes it a legal squad. So, again, generic Space Marine bike. I will even zoom in for you a little bit. That's zooming out, zooming in. So again, just a generic Space Marine bike, no upgrades. You can add bits to this if you've got spares from other kits, but it is a bike and it comes with a round base. All my bikes are actually on different bases, but there you go. Oh, the round oblong base thing. That's zooming in again. Zoom out. Right. So on to issue 53. Nice picture of a Space Marine bike, but we've all seen this 100 times, so... This issue talking about White Scars, which is another Space Marine chapter. So they're actually going through the Marine chapters, which is cool. Talking about how they're born to be riders, born in the saddle. Legacy of Secrecy. Now, I'm pretty sure this is Dark Angels, because this is all Dark Angels iconography. Talking about another Space Marine chapter. Now, they're not Codex compliant. Excuse me. So they can't really use all the rules that are in here, so they'll have their own rules, but that's fine. They've put this in because they've got a specialist formation called the Raven Wing, which are all bikes. Going on to talk about Scout Bikers, which you don't get any of in this set, I believe, but it's fine. Going on to actually talk about the Xenos, which the Xenos are basically all the armies that aren't Chaos or Imperial. So you've got Tau, you've got Elder, you've got Necrons, you've got Orcs. I always forget Orcs. Those sort of armies. Because they pose as much a threat to Chaos, and as you can see, lovely Necron picture. Necrons are my second 40k army. So there you go, like I said, Dark Elder, Tyranids, forgot the Tyranids, but there you go, and Craftworld Elder. Now, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, because this is a Nurgle demon, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. Not going to happen at all. Nice model. It's a demon riding a big snail. Why they put these in, I don't know again. Maybe because it is Nurgle, but again, you're not going to see any of this in Death Guard. But anyway, how to build a Space Marine bike, which is a repeat of the issue before, a couple of issues ago, where you had the 2 Marine bikes. I'm pretty sure the how to paint is going to be more or less the same as well. It's a bit silly that they duplicated these, but they have done. I think this is something a bit different. So showing the sergeant's helmet, showing how to do the little details like the scanner. I think they've added little bits, so maybe that's good. Again, basing. The new mission is called the Swift Strike, which is obviously going to use the fast attack stuff, which is the bikes, the Methodic Blight Hauler and the Blight Drone. And there's your deployment map. Now onto the one that I've actually been waiting on. This is issue 54. And in this issue, this is the reason why people have been putting up with the one paint issues and stuff. So this is Typhus. Now it's going to be a bit difficult for me to show you the model on camera, because the sprue there is a bit wobbly, but let's go in, zoom in, there we go. It's Typhus. Again, a really big base. I really wish they'd stuck to the 40mm bases, 32mm bases, but some of the Marines they've given 50mm bases too, which I don't understand, but there you go. Typhus, obviously for my Death Guard, he'll get built probably this week and probably get base coated in the next week or so. And then onto the magazine. Zoom out again. So issue 54. Obviously, starting off with Typhus, because he's the feature of the issue. So now Typhus, if you don't know, is the first captain of the Death Guard from the Horus Heresy. The difference being with Typhus is most first captains and Primarchs are almost like a symbiosis couple. They work together, they work very well together. Typhus is very against Mortarion. So they're almost rivals, but they're working for the same cause. This is from what I've read anyway. I could be totally wrong, but that's from what I've discussed, I've seen, read in books. So Typhus is going to be my warlord eventually. I don't know whether I'll get Mortarion or not. We'll see further down the line. So talking about his Man Reaper, which is the big weapon he carries. The Terminus Est, which is Mortarion's ship, even from the Heresy, it's a very old ship now. The Heresy was 10,000 years before the 41st millennium, so very, very old ship. And it's a corrupted Nurgle vessel. Chronicles of Blood. This is just, it's not about Blood Angels, unfortunately, because it showed a nice picture of Blood Angels before. This is about different wars. So, the Age of Red Wrath, talking about that. So it's a 2-page thing. So how to build Typhus, which is obviously something I'm going to need. It's quite detailed. I love this. Is one thing that I do like is Games Workshop's. I know this is in a non-Games Workshop publication, but these are Games Workshop instructions. They are very precise. They're quite clear. So yeah, really, they've really improved their instructions over the past few years. Goes to a 4th page, and then how to paint him. Now I haven't been necessarily following these guides because I paint my own way, but it would be nice to see where bits go and stuff. So obviously use a lot of paints on him, put a lot of time into Typhus because he's your big guy, he's your character model. Some people don't use special characters, so I don't mind too much. So talking about how to paint the eyes. He's got a destroyer hive on the back of his Terminator armour. Highlighting, just basically going through all the paints to get him to the stage you want him, and then finish there. And then obviously rules for Typhus: the destroyer cometh, because he is the destroyer. He leads the plague cult. Where you see the poxwalkers here, he makes poxwalkers better. So, and the mission is seek the destroyer. So obviously, the Space Marines are out to kill Typhus. His rules: the destroyer hive. Just basically all of the rules will be like this now. So it's pretty cool. Now I've been tempted for my Death Guard to actually cut these out and put them on card. Now I know in the expanded set, the premium set, you get these cards, but they're duplicates of what you've got here, so it's kind of pointless them doing it, but they're useful to have. You don't have to flick through Codex every 5 seconds, and then a blank page. So seeing what's coming up in the next 2 issues as I tear the magazine. So Mortarion, blinding, great, Mortarion, and then you get more of the Dark Imperium set. So you're going to get 2 Primaris Lieutenants, a Primaris Ancient, and 5 Intercessors. That's quite a big issue, quite a lot of money there, but there you go. So yeah, that's issue 55 and 56. I get 57 and 50 at the same time, but we'll find out what's in them when I get them. Alright, so that is issues 51, 52, 53 and 54 of 40k Conquest. So we are what? I can do maths. 26 issues away from the end of it now. So it is coming to an end. I know Typhus I've got, which is great. I'm going to build him probably later on. Now I know the last 6 issues there's nothing for Death Guard in there, so, and I've worked it out, I believe that the issue should be finished for me around Christmas. So this whole Death Guard project blog will be hopefully finished come New Year. I may add some things up to it later, but I don't know. But yeah, that's it. That's my review of the magazines for today. I hope you've been enjoying these Death Guard videos. I hope they're useful to someone. At some point I should do an army showcase, show how much I've actually got built and painted and everything like that. But I'm considering entering Armies on Parade with it, so I might leave that for a little while and showcase it at Armies on Parade. I don't know. But yeah, thank you very much. If these have been useful to you, please subscribe and throw me a like and make a comment. Tell me it's been crap if you like. I don't mind. I'm quite open to any comments. I'm quite open to criticism, not a problem. And I will see you soon.